Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Friday, coming up at 9:30, Susan Schmitz makes her weekly visit to the show. She does every Friday. And then at 10 o'clock is Dumb Crook News. We got plenty of Dumb Crook News for you at 10 o'clock. And then 10:30, we don't have What's the Line anymore. Football season's over. So you'll just have me for 30 more minutes. Lucky you. Lucky you. Hey, I want to tell you about a guy who he won an award this week, and he's one of the good guys. And he's very good friends with a kid who had cancer. You know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Aiden Morgan, a visually impaired Osceola student. You know, we've talked about Aiden before. He's been in the news a bunch of times. He battled cancer that led to his eyesight loss. And one of his best buddies won an award that was well-deserved. Osceola Middle's homeschool liaison, Bruce Dernenstein, known as Mr. D by students and staff, he was named Marion County's 2021-2022 School-Related Employee of the Year on Wednesday. He's a 4-year Marion County Public School employee with a decade of experience in education. He was given the district's annual top award for non-classroom employees. It's his second year as a homeschool liaison. He monitors student attendance, looking for lower grades and discipline issues. He helps students get back on track. He was surprised with the honor inside the Osceola Middle School library early Wednesday morning. You know, he's got a special bond with Morgan. He was told to go to, with Aiden. He was told to go to the library to meet Aiden. I love how they do that. They set him up. You know, they set him up having no. Well, Dernenstein walked into the library directly past. He walked right through dozens of dignitaries that had balloons, gifts, a trophy, not realizing all those folks were there for him. He just walked right through. He had no idea all those people were there to give him. After officials shared all the goodies that he would get, the jovial Dernenstein looked at Superintendent of Schools Dinah Gullett and said, I mean, couldn't I at least get a couple days off? That's a good attitude right there. Later on, more introductions were given. He was told that he may recognize the voice of one administrator that was introduced. He again said, I hear lots of voices. This is a funny guy. There are about 7,000 employees in the Marion County School District, which is the county's largest employer. Nearly 3,000 of those employees are teachers. The other 60% are mostly support personnel. Support personnel include bus drivers, teachers' aides, clerks, as well as maintenance, construction, cafeteria workers. Public Education Foundation of Marion County sponsors the caravan with the help of donations from area businesses. School-related workers also include employees who maintain a fleet of 850-plus vehicles, finance department that handles nearly a $7 million budget. And last month, the district's top teacher was named, Leah Bender was named at the Golden Apple Gala. So now the Golden Apple is over for the in-classroom teachers. Now the homeschool liaison, Bruce Dernenstein, wins Marion's top school-related employee honor. He is Marion County's 2021-2022 School-Related Employee of the Year. Congratulations to him. That you know, that's a great honor. I got nominated when I was at Avery County High School. I got nominated for the Teacher of the Year award. I didn't win it, but I got nominated. And just being nominated is an amazing thing, because that means that your colleagues and your students appreciate what you're doing. And there's not a better feeling than knowing what you're doing in the classroom is appreciated by those around you. Well, I bet there's not a better feeling for this guy than knowing what he does, because he tracks kids. He makes sure that we look for low grades, behavior problems, helps them stay on track. You know, he has intimate relationships with these, with these children in a sense that he knows their shortcomings, and he knows what pushes their buttons and what makes them have behavior problems, and what, some of the home issues that may be causing some of the bad grade issues. And he has to deal with that kind of stuff, but he creates a bond with these kids that is second to none, obviously, or he wouldn't have won the award. So we don't talk about our heroes enough, I think. And this guy's a hero, Bruce Dernenstein. So if you know Bruce, tell him congratulations. Tell him WOCA said congratulations on his award of being named Marion County's 2021-2022 School-Related Employee of the Year. He won that award on Wednesday. So kudos to him for winning that award. That's one of those that you never understand how cool that is. Just being nominated for something like that would be cool in itself. But to win it, man. I mean, like I said, when I got nominated in Avery County in North Carolina, it was just cool to know I'd been nominated. That people, because I would, every year when my class would start, I would have that group of kids, 6 or 7 kids. It usually wasn't more than 10 that walked in and they had that attitude about history. I don't want to be in here. It's boring. Let me sit in the back of the room so I can go to sleep. And everybody knows that, that's the thought of history. Whenever you say I was a history teacher, people go, man, my high school history teacher was boring. Man, I didn't like history. It's boring. I know that because Garth Derryberry was my history teacher. Man, it was boring. I'll tell you what, it was horrible. Horrible. He was a football coach that would pass out the textbooks. Then he would get us to do the work in the back of the chapter, every chapter. And then on Fridays, he'd pass out a mimeograph test that pretty much was the back of the chapter questions, just rearranged in different order. Put a lot of effort into it. He wouldn't explain history to us or anything. He would just tell us to read the chapter, and he'd sit at the front desk reading Sports Illustrated. It wasn't until I got to Chamblee, Georgia, and met Mrs. Rowland that I had a history teacher that knew what knew what they were doing. Mrs. Rowland, who was a lady in her 60s, shaped me as a teacher. I went back and told her that when she was in her late 80s, and she was very appreciative of that. But I made history interesting, just like Miss Rowland did. My students, I guess, appreciated it. Well, I'm sure that Mr. Dernenstein gets the students love how he approaches them and his manner with them, and that's why he was named, non-school related employee of the year. We're going to take a break. Come back more on the other side. This is Ocala Talks on a Friday, an overcast Friday, though. Supposed to be some rain in the forecast. It's going to get chillier. Instead of being in the 80s, it's going to be in the 90s. But right now, it's cloudy and 72. I don't know what the rain chance is. Let me look and see what the rain chance is. 25%. So you got a 1 in 4 chance it's going to rain where you're at. So, but a cold front moves through tonight. It's been causing havoc all over the country. Snowstorm, record snow in Illinois, record snow in Kansas City, tornadoes and storms in Alabama, and that front's coming through today, but it won't bring any kind of that weather to us. You may get a thunderstorm, maybe, and you may get a rain, but it's 25% chance. So nothing to be too concerned about. And then it's just going to turn the temperatures back to normal temperatures. where we'll be in the mid to low 70s for highs. So I'm okay with that. We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Well, now, during this year's Camellia Show Spectacular is a great time to see the big changes in store for you at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens. Come see the new display areas, hundreds of new and exciting plants, color like you've never seen before because it's Camellia time. And while you're there, check out a few of this week's deals. A truckload citrus sale with citrus bushes as low as $24.99. Those super popular smaller cocktail trees, just $69.99. Get inflation fighters like spring veggies, the jumbo 4-pack, just $4.99. 3 bags of quality red mulch, just $12. And of course, ever-blooming red ruffle azaleas, still at 2019 prices, just $3.99 each. But hurry, supplies are limited. It's now, today, at Bob Wine's Camellia Garden on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala, daily till 4. Saturdays till 3 in the same blooming place for 70 consecutive years. We'll see you there.
Love, 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 like the time away.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
Dad's service to our country is something we're so proud of. He made a difference and set a great example. Now it's our turn to honor the sacrifices he made for our family and this country. As veteran specialists, Hires Baxley Funeral Service helps us celebrate Dad's life and can help you too. Hires Baxley is here for you during your time of need or when planning for the future. For more information, call 352-484-0891 or visit hiresbaxley.com/choice.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Are you a veteran living in Florida? Do you want to earn while you learn? Call 954-434-8220 or visit our website at nsied.org now. Are you a veteran living in Florida who wants training in farming, ranching, and allied services? Are you a veteran living in Florida who wants help with job placement? Call 954-434-8220. North-South Institute Veteran Training Program is a mix of online and hands-on in-person training designed for you to earn while you learn. Once you register for the program, you'll get a stipend of approximately $300 per month for 3 months. And you can get an additional stipend to offset your travel expenses. You can also get another $75 for referring a veteran who completes the program. If you are a veteran living in Florida, call the North-South Institute Veteran Training Program now, 954-434-8220, or visit our website at nsied.org now.
Hey there, I have a question for you. Is your roof asphalt and does it look like it needs replacement? Did you get quotes and were you in sticker shock? Would you like to save not hundreds, but thousands of dollars? Did you call RoofMax? Well, call RoofMax with their patent-pending technology, which can add years to your roof without needing to replace it. And it's easy. You just pick up the phone for a free quote. Plus, they use state-of-the-art satellite technology to measure your roof. So, if your roof is over 7 years old, then you should call RoofMax today at 352-639-2777. That's 352-639-2777.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services. Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
You're having another great day and you have good taste tuning into WOCA The Source with Ocala Talks and Tom Schmitz. Well, 1 out of 2 isn't bad.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. I need to give you an update. If you were planning on going to the community town hall meeting for the Ocala Recreation and Parks Department, they've announced that they've changed the date for that community town hall meeting. The Recreation and Parks Department town hall meeting, originally scheduled for this Saturday, has been rescheduled. The meeting will now take place Saturday, March 19th. Instead of February 19th, it'll take place Saturday, March 19th at the E.D. Kroski Recreation Center on 4th Street from 10 to 11 a.m. The frequency of the meetings will occur have been changed to a quarterly schedule, with the next happening Saturday, September 17th, after the one in March. The next one will be September 17th at the Kroski Center. So just if you were planning on attending the one this weekend on Saturday, it's now been moved to March 19th at the E.D. Kroski Recreation Center. That's at 1510 Northwest 4th Street. It's from 10 to 11 a.m. City leaders, they held a meet and greet about the downtown parking lots, and they wanted community input. They got it. Pete Lee on Wednesday, he's assistant manager, city manager, assured those who attended the public forums that the city will do everything to make the structure safe for everyone. There's an urgent need for more parking downtown, and city staff is waiting for the green light to close the deal on one of 7 properties, Lee said. We're doing everything we can, Lee said. The first public forum session was held at noon Wednesday. The second one was at 5:30. Both gatherings were held at the IHMC Center. Lee, city manager Sandra Wilson, other top officials, city council members, and Mayor Kent Gwynn were at one or both sessions. Lee talked about the possible sites, the reasons one of the 7 locations were recommended by staff, and the effect a new garage would have on nearby businesses. Council members were told by staff a few weeks ago that they recommended purchasing a 6-parcel package from Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church, which is, downtown, just east of Pine Avenue. The other options under consideration, but there were 6 other places under consideration by the city. There were concerns about the church. Martha Youngblood, who owns Serendipity, she said that before city officials embark on an ambitious plan to build a garage, they must first address the issue of the homeless population downtown. There's a particular concern some residents have with the site the staff has been recommending. Youngblood said her team has encountered numerous problems. They've had to take security measures to protect themselves and their clients from the homeless. They don't even do evening events anymore. She says one thing that saved them so far is that the owner of the racetrack has made a difference by hiring 24-hour, 7-day-a-week security. The gas station convenience store on the southeast corner of Pine Avenue and Silver Springs did that to quell the homeless issue there. Members of Face Today Salon said more parking is definitely needed downtown. It's an excellent opportunity for downtown, but having the garage would also help surrounding businesses. Jessica Fieldhouse, who's the executive director of Ocala Main Street, said her team is excited for the growth and continued development downtown. Ocala Main Street supports the original recommendation to buy the church. Remember when the first parking garage, which is right across from City Hall, was built about, 6-7 years ago now? Something like that. It was like $5.5 million. And they say it offers a little more than 400 spots, but that's actually not accurate, being that the hotel gets 120 spots of those. The proposed new garage would have anywhere from 400 to 600 spots, and it'd be between $8 and $12 million to build. Now, council members tabled the discussion earlier this month to allow for more community input. Council is going to revisit that in March. Excuse me. They're going to revisit it in March. So, got a lot of input. Some people think that there's a bigger problem downtown than parking, and that it's the homeless. And I don't necessarily disagree. You don't see the homeless as much downtown on the square anymore. But 2 or 3 blocks away in some of these parking lots and down towards Pine and all, you see a large contingent. And some of them can be aggressive. They're panhandlers. I wouldn't call them homeless. I'd call them panhandlers, the aggressive ones, that want money. And, I'll give you a prime example. I had a friend of mine recently tell me that it's a friend of mine that rides a bicycle around town. They tell me he offered to buy a guy food. Homeless guy offered to buy him food. Guy cussed him out. Said, I want the money, I don't want the food. You get no food, you get no money. It's that easy. But, I mean, that's the type of thing that people from Serendipity are talking about, why they don't have nighttime events anymore, because Serendipity's right down in that area near the racetrack, because that type of attitude of the homeless people, where they get angry with you if you offer. Look, I'm all for, if a homeless person needs a meal, I'll buy him a meal. I mean, I'd even take him to a good restaurant. I say a good restaurant. I'd take him to a restaurant, sit-down restaurant if they wanted to. Buy him a $10, $12 meal. Take him to fast food, whatever they needed. But I'm not going to give them $15, because they'll take that $15 and go buy crack with it, or go buy heroin with it, go buy a 12-pack of beer with it so they can just get hammered drunk. So, but when you do that, when you offer that and they say, I want the money, and they get all angry and everything, well, I don't have time for that. And that happens a lot more than people want to admit, and a lot more than people know. It's been well documented here on this show about my homeless interaction. The guy walked up, and I was sitting at Harry's, out on the outside patio at Harry's. Homeless guy walked up and said, hey, I need some money. And I go, bro, I'm having lunch. I'm having dinner here. Please leave us alone. He goes, well, you ain't got no damn bread then. And he reached over onto the table, snatched the bread out of the basket that Harry's gives you, and took off down the sidewalk in a sprint. I was on my way over the rail. There was a smarter person than me sitting at the table that said, it's not that big a deal. They'll bring us more bread. Saved me from probably an assault charge, because somebody was going to get the hell beat out of him. Whether it was me or the homeless guy, somebody was going to get the hell beat out of him. Somebody said, Tom, you're fat. You couldn't have caught him. I'd have gave it every effort. And you'd be amazed what adrenaline and anger can do, because I was pissed. I mean, immediately violent angry. And that happens a lot. Interactions like that happen a lot. So maybe the homeless problem is a bigger deal than whether we need parking downtown. I don't know. We'll take a time out. We'll be right back after this short break. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The Group of Seven, or G7, is prepared for serious dialogue with Russia over the Ukraine crisis after Western countries and NATO accused Moscow of trying to create a pretext for an invasion with an escalation of violence in Ukraine's conflict with Russian-backed separatists in the eastern part of the country. The separatists have been battling the Ukraine government since 2014. The Senate voted 65 to 27 on Thursday to pass a stopgap measure to avoid a government shutdown.